Hey friends, and welcome to A Moment with Hales. I'm really excited to show you my first formal 2025 garden tour with all the added beds and the added produce we have. So I'm really excited to show you what we have going on in the garden. But before we do that, I wanted to kind of share a little bit about why my husband and I decided to start our own garden and also get chickens. So I have some notes for myself here. So first, we wanted to kind of push ourselves to be a little more self-sufficient. I know in 2025 you're not going to be completely self-sufficient, but we figured it might be a good idea to be able to provide something on our own that would sustain us for food. And that's also why we got chickens as well. We thought, why not have the option, if we can, have chickens in our own backyard so we know we at least have eggs and produce that we can rely on ourselves for, and then also give to our friends and family, also sell, create a little more income. And honestly, it's turned into something that I really enjoy, which I was super surprised at how much I actually enjoy having my chickens and growing my garden. We also wanted to have healthier food options. We felt like items being presented to us at the grocery store with all the different things, that have been going on. We just wanted to know, we know where our food comes from. We know it comes from the ground. We know we picked the seeds, we picked the dirt, and we were able to kind of control a little bit of the process and know that we could grow something and eat something that we feel really good about. We also felt like gardening was a form of passive rebellion. If you see my playlist, it's Be a Rebel and Grow a Garden. While you do have to pay taxes on the items you get to grow your items, you don't pay taxes on the food that you get to consume and eat and give to others. So it is fun that you kind of have a little rebellion, passive rebellion in the gardening spirit, I think. And it's just something that you're kind of opting out of the busyness and the processed food and the corporations. We did want to support corporations less. We did not want to be participating or eating as much processed food as we were. So we wanted to kind of change our lifestyle to a slower lifestyle and enjoy not only our food, but enjoy the process of getting our food and have something that we really enjoy doing together. And I have been surprised at how much I really have enjoyed this process. So we started our garden 3 years ago with 2 beds in the back, and we expanded last year, and then we expanded again. We've had chickens for 3 years as well. So I decided to start a little YouTube channel, not because I'm an expert and not because I know what I'm doing, because I learn best from failure, and that's something that I had to learn is okay. When you're learning something new and you're in the gardening process, everything is not going to go right 100% of the time, but failing is part of learning. And I felt like on YouTube, it's really easy, or social media, it's really easy to see people who are super experienced, have these big, beautiful gardens, or have hundreds of acres of land, and they're able to just grow all this food. So I think it's important for people to see things as they begin. So I started my garden tours last year to hopefully inspire people to start their own little backyard gardens. You don't have to have a huge plot of land to get started. I know a lot of people say they would like to grow a garden, would like to have chickens or do different things. Everyone has their own situation, but you really can make the most of what you have. So if it's a small backyard and it's one garden bed, go for it. If it's just having pots on your patio or herbs in your windowsill, go for it. If you have space where you can have chickens and a larger garden, go for it. Everyone has a different situation. You have to decide what's doable for your lifestyle and with your situation. But I do just hope that my little YouTube channel can help people know that if I can garden, you can garden. I'm not an expert. I learned by throwing some seeds in the ground, and I've been able to really enjoy the process, and now I'm able to provide food for my husband, my friends, family, and also sell a little extra that we have as well. So it's been a really fun hobby and a way that I would really encourage anyone to dip their toe in the water and grow something this year. So without further ado, let's move on to what we have growing in the garden. This is the first year that I decided to add herbs into the garden. So the dill over here is looking really lovely. The reason why I added dill was because I was trying to make pickles all the time last year and I couldn't find fresh dill. So I have dill going, which is looking beautiful. I have some parsley going as well, which I'm really happy with. And I have lemon balm, I have basil, I have some lavender. So I'm really happy with how the herb garden is coming along, and I already have some drying inside. So if you have any tips about herbs or how to dry them or different methods, I would love to learn more. So please comment any of your suggestions below. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some dill now because we are going to be making pickles, and I am very excited to do it with my fresh dill this year. Next we have our green beans, which are looking really nice. I think I see some flowers starting to come up, which you can see here. And it The green beans are probably one of my favorites, and I will do more information about green beans. If you're someone who's starting a garden, I highly recommend green beans because they're easy to grow and they're super easy to can. So I will keep you guys updated about how I can my green beans, but I did it the first time last year and we're still enjoying them now, and it's been so nice because they're not super intimidating. Okay, and like I said at the beginning of my video, I'm not an expert. I'm just gonna show you guys what I do and what's worked for me. And if you can see in here, I don't know if you can, do you guys see the dead leaves? So I am a big pruner. I take everything out that I need to because I feel like it helps keep disease away. It helps with the airflow circulation. I'm a big time pruner of anything that's dead. You don't want the plant to be giving energy to anything dead on it. So I say if you see that there's dead leaves on anything you have, pull them off. And it's the same thing with pretty much everything. I prune anything that's dead, it's coming off the plant and getting thrown out to my chickens. And here I have my little lettuce bed area, and it's looking really nicely. This lettuce here is starting to bolt. What that means is it wants to flower up at the top because it's gotten recently pretty hot here. I do have some other lettuce going for my fall garden, but when you harvest lettuce, you want to harvest it from the outside and work your way in. So I am going to harvest some lettuce here so we can enjoy some salad coming up in the next couple of days. Actually, what I think I'm going to do instead of harvesting individual lettuces, I'm just going to break this one off. And I'm just going to bring this whole thing inside and we'll eat this lettuce since it was bolting anyways for the weekend. We're going to have pizza and salad tomorrow, and then I can just come out and get anything else I need. But we'll just say goodbye to this lettuce because we have a lot of other options. This trellis we added this year, which I'm so pumped about. I love it. We have cucumbers here on this side and we have cantaloupe here on this side. So let's see what cucumbers we can find tonight. And looking at my plant here, I see we have one cucumber ready to go there. And I think I have another cucumber down here as well. So I'm gonna look to see if there's any other cucumbers that we have. We have some beautiful flowers, so I think we'll be getting more. I think we'll be getting more as time goes on, but I think that's it for the cucumbers so far. And I just want to encourage someone who's growing their own food, if you grow produce and it doesn't look exactly perfect, like you saw my cucumbers have some brown spots on them, that's okay. The food you see at the grocery store that looks perfect all the time and perfect even though it's been in the fridge for 2 weeks, that's not how normal produce actually works. Usually once you pick it off the vine, you have to consume it pretty quickly or it will go bad because that is a fresh vegetable or fruit from your own garden. So while you're growing things, if you look at it and you're like, it doesn't look as perfect as it does at the grocery store, that is okay because you're growing your own food in your backyard. And everything we get from the grocery store is not necessarily the normal way things are supposed to be. So don't be discouraged if you have a weirdly deformed cucumber or a tomato that has a spot on it. See what you can do, cut it off, eat around it, and you'll be just fine. I decided this year to do some tomato plants in pots to see how they did. And this tomato plant is not looking so great. And if you can see the leaves here on this one, I'm gonna go ahead, same thing, same rule applies. Especially with the tomato plants, I personally prune everything off that does not look good. Again, it helps with airflow circulation and it helps the plant just focus its energy on the actual tomatoes that are growing, which you see, you guys can see that I have one little one here and one tiny one here. This plant just isn't doing the best, but we'll go ahead and see how it continues to do, and I'm gonna go through and prune all my tomato plants. You can see this tomato plant is doing really well, and you'll see it's in a pot too, but this is a complete different look than the other tomato plant, although I don't see many flowers on it, but like I said, it's been raining here, so hopefully the sun will help this tomato plant produce some more flowers. And this is what you don't want to happen. So this is bad. Okay, girlies, come on. No. Come on, girlies. Do. Charles. Okay, Charles. All right, took care of the chickens. Here we have the spinach, which is looking really nicely still. So I'm glad it hasn't all bolted. I had some bolt, but here's the spinach harvest. Moving from the cucumber side over to the cantaloupe side, I do not see any cantaloupes forming just yet. So hopefully we will be getting some. Oh, I see a cucumber though. So, okay. One of the biggest rules that I preach regarding starting seedlings is label. So I forgot to label a bunch of stuff. So I labeled them as either cucumber/melon. So they both went on the cucumber side and the melon side, which you're technically, I don't think, supposed to grow them together, but I didn't know what else to do because I knew they were gonna vine. So I saw that we have a cucumber here on this side, but I think a lot of these are melons. So I'm waiting to see if we have any melons that end up getting started, and hopefully they're not all cucumbers. I also have a row of sunflowers going in this bed as well, so we'll see how those turn out. And on the other side of this bed, I have pepper plants going, which peppers take forever. I have never successfully grown peppers. These are green pepper varieties specifically. I do see a few little flowers on them, so I'm hoping they'll produce something for us. The only thing I've ever grown as far as peppers go are jalapenos. Other than that, they have not been a huge success, so we'll see how these turn out. This bed over here are potatoes, which I've had going, I think, since March. They are supposed to die off, and when the plant is completely dead at the top, that is when you harvest your potatoes. So I love growing potatoes because they're easily to be told when they're done. I think I actually might have one. I didn't plant them as deep as I should have, but you can see I have one little potato sticking out. I will be doing another round of these before the season is over. I love growing potatoes. I think they are so much fun. I have a couple other tomato plants over here. I have this one, which is not looking the best either, but there are some tomatoes on it. So I'm hoping that it will continue to come back. I'm gonna have to go through and prune that as well. And back here, we have our cherry tomatoes. I believe they're cherry tomatoes. This spot is great for tomatoes last year. This did so well here because of the afternoon sun, and it's looking like it's gonna do pretty well again. I see a few little tomatoes starting there and some flowers as well. So we'll see what ends up coming from this. And this here is my pride and joy. I have never been able to grow anything to get to the top of the trellis. So it has trellis, they have net at the top, and I'm so excited. It's only June, so we'll see how they do. These are cucamelons. So cucamelons are a variety, a mix between cucumbers and melons. They're super small. You can harvest them when they are the size of grapes. They're not quite as sweet as I thought they would be, but they're still a really fun addition to the garden because they look really unique. They're a fun thing for people to try. We love throwing them in our salad so far, and I've heard that you can pickle them, so I'm gonna have to try that this season. I also see some zucchini starting finally. I feel like the zucchini took a very long time to take. I have this one over here too. So I'm hoping this whole bed will fill up. I did put a tomato cage in here so they could climb if they want to. We'll see what happens because I feel like they're just not going as strong as they did in years past, but it's still early. And here we have my onion bed. This was the first year I did onions from seed, so I'm really excited with how these are looking. The bulbs have finally started peeking out, so I'm excited to see what happens with these onions this year. This is our little in-ground area. We have our watermelons, which are starting to vine and take off now that we had the sunshine. And I just wanted to show you guys, the corn is looking good. It's coming up. I do need to do another round of corn, put it in the ground, but I just wanted to show you guys the corn is coming along quite nicely. And one of the last things we're gonna look at today are the carrots. I put the carrots in the ground, I wanna say in March, and they are looking really good. I think I may even see some orange popping out. I think this carrot is showing a little bit. It might be semi-premature, but you guys see that? Let's pull it out. Let's see what we've got going on. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful little carrot. This is my first carrot from this year's harvest. How exciting. I've tried carrots for so long. Last year was my first year in the fall of a successful harvest, but I'm thinking these are gonna be ready super soon. I think I see another one here, so let's, oh my gosh, it looks good too. Okay, I might have to pull a couple other ones. Should we do this one? Let's try. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so pumped. Okay, let's get a few more carrots. Right, I think this one's looking pretty thick, yeah. I don't know, this man might be a little too early. Well, yeah, that looks a little too early. Tuck it back in. All right, let's try one more. That one's cute and little. I see a little orange back there as well. So let's get this one too. Oh, look at that. Oh, see that other one? I have a hard time thinning, so I probably have these way too close together, but it still worked out okay. All right, friends, that concludes our 2025 first formal garden tour. I do go live on Saturday mornings at 8:30, giving a quick update of my garden if you would like to see that. If you'd like to see more about my garden journey or my chickens, definitely subscribe. I have a lot of different content. I do a coffee and conspiracy episode. As you can see, I do enjoy a good conspiracy theory. I'm doing one coming up next week about something super interesting, so stay tuned for that. I have a technocracy loading series. I do chicken tips and tricks, garden tips and tricks, and I also do a little podcast on Tuesdays and Fridays to get our day started with a biblical perspective. So if you'd like to take a look at anything else I have, check out my page and my playlist. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. Thanks for watching, friends. You're an encouragement to me, and I'll be talking to you soon.